It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chilliefalls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Friday's Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. Sorry about the little delay there in starting. Like 2 minutes before time to start, my camera went out. Just completely blanked. So I had to restart everything, reboot everything twice. So I ran out of time trying to get the camera back working again. Oh, now it's working. So good morning, everybody. Wow, I was having just a really nice normal morning today before that happened. Anyway, welcome to Friday Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. On this, the 24th day of May, 2024. We do have some stories this morning, not a great deal. One that some of you guys are really not going to want to hear, and that's the first talk about weather for the year. Could we see a tropical storm this weekend? Also, this morning, Carnival partners with Bally's. An illness outbreak on Allure of the Seas. Sorry, Katie. Cruise ship battles a storm to reach Kenya. Itinerary changes for Disney cruises and lots more here live at 11 o'clock this morning on the start of a holiday weekend. Today, folks, is National Escargot Day. I can deal with that. I usually have escargot at least twice on every cruise. I enjoy it. Don't eat it all the time, but I enjoy escargot. If you're listening via the podcast, you can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. If you're listening via the podcast and ever want to jump over to the video feed, all you have to do is click on the link in the description of the podcast to do just that. So I have one thing to discuss before we get to things this morning. This is just one of those awful weather days down there in Playa del Carmen for Elizabeth on locations. Just disgusting. 95 degrees. And it looks like that every day. I mean, it never changes. So, I know that's why she goes back there all the time, there in Cozumel, which is just across a little mud puddle. So, yes. And yeah, Cindy and Elizabeth are going to be getting together here in the next couple of days. Oh, that could be trouble getting ready to happen. All right. Before we get started again today, I kind of like doing that this way yesterday. Before we get started, how about we take a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors? Could we see a tropical storm this weekend? 9 days before the official start of the hurricane season, the National Hurricane Center is tracking the first potential disturbance of the season. While the area of showers is unlikely to develop into an official subtropical or tropical storm, it still bears watching and may have an impact on cruises in the next few days, including over the busy Memorial Day holiday weekend. The poor weather does not have to become a full-blown tropical storm or hurricane to impact cruises. Guests sailing to the Dominican Republic, Grand Turk, or even the Eastern Caribbean in the next few days may have rougher seas than expected. From the National Hurricane Service, the southwestern Atlantic, a trough of low pressure is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms a couple hundred miles to the northeast of the central Bahamas. An area of low pressure is expected to form within the system roughly halfway between Bermuda and Hispaniola later today. Although environmental conditions are not conducive some slight subtropical or tropical development is possible over the next couple of days while the system. What happened? The story just broke up. So anyway, it's not expected to do a whole lot. It's possible, but not expected to. But it's worth watching. And of course, we could have some expansion over the next couple of days. If that happens, then cruise ships this weekend could have some problems with it. And of course, it is a holiday weekend. So anyway, it bears watching, folks. First time of the season. The back end of this story. Let's see if I can pull. Oh, no, that's on this one. I can pull that up because I'll never get the figures right. But the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration released the 2024 forecast for the Atlanta hurricane season, which officially starts, of course, on June the 1st. The report predicts an above average hurricane season with 17 to 25 named storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, 4 to 7 major hurricanes of category 3 or higher. Now, why is that happening, folks? One of the reasons is this is the hottest, the ocean water overall. It's the hottest it's ever been. So, and it's, several degrees, a big jump over last year, which was bad. So that looks like that's just going to stir up more weather. So, and I'm not getting into the political argument on climate change and all that business, but it's another year. It looks like we're going to have severe hurricane damage. All right. Carnival Cruise Line has partnered with Bally's, one of the world's leading gaming and entertainment companies. This new partnership between the two will give special perks on all of the 27 Carnival cruise ships to the following Bally's tier guests: Legend, Superstar, and Star. They will now be eligible for free or discounted Carnival cruises in addition to special events. Bally's currently has 15 properties around the country, and Carnival Cruise Line sails from 14 different U.S. home ports. Author Ivan Cox is delighted to announce a comical cruise in the Caribbean to celebrate his hilarious novel, Cruise Ship Doctor. The Norwegian epic will depart from Port Canaveral on November the 16th for a rollicking 7-day cruise through the Caribbean, where Cox will read from Cruise Ship Doctor and regale passengers with humorous behind-the-scenes true anecdotes from his adventures as a cruise ship doctor. The Cruise Ship Doctor Cruise, sailing November 16th from Port Canaveral. Prices start at $639 for double occupancy, and solos start at $1,049 plus taxes and port charges. Join us on November 16th from Port Canaveral for the Cruise Ship Doctor Cruise. Those of you that do follow my blog, I posted an article about the author that appeared in the Vineyard Gazette yesterday. Really nice article. So I went on and posted that on my blog, even though it has nothing to do with accessibility issues, because I thought some people might be interested to read the blog, and some of them might want to join us on the cruise too. That's always a possibility. But anyway, if you get a chance, go over and read the article. It's really good. A gastrointestinal illness outbreak is being reported on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas, causing the ship to be initially delayed for debarkation at Coco Cay on Thursday, May the 23rd, until local authorities cleared the vessel. That clearance did come later in the day, and the ship's stay was slightly extended to help compensate for the loss of port time. The most prevalent symptoms of the illness are classic symptoms of norovirus, a very common gastrointestinal illness and one that is highly communicable. Onboard testing, however, confirmed that impacted guests were not afflicted with norovirus. The ship's captain also announced that norovirus had been ruled out as a cause on Thursday morning. I'm sure we'll hear more on this story in the next day or two. And of course, the lovely Katie is going to be going on that ship in the not too distant future. Katie, make sure you take some extra stuff, sanitizer for your hands and stuff, and use it a lot. I mean, norovirus is something that's prevalent on a lot of ships. It's not pleasant. I don't spout out about what the symptoms are. Everybody knows them. It's just it sucks. So be extra careful with the hand washing and sanitizing on any cruise ship, but especially that one now. Hundreds of passengers aboard Oceania MS Insignia experienced a harrowing journey as the cruise liner navigated through severe conditions brought on by tropical cyclone Bally to dock at the port of Mombasa in Kenya on May the 22nd. The storm, which intensified from a tropical storm on May the 21st and became the most northerly tropical cyclone, brought winds in excess of 45 miles per hour and high seas near the Kenyan coast. Guests planning to sail on one of Disney Fantasy's 2025 European cruises may have been notified by the cruise line that their itinerary has been revised. 5 different European cruises, all of which sail through the Mediterranean, have been impacted. The affected sailings fall between May 24th, 2025 and July 31st, 2025. The reason behind the change is that the Northwest Mediterranean Sea has been designated as a particular sensitive sea area by the International Maritime Organization. This designation, which was given in July of 2023, means that this portion of the ocean needs special protection because of its ecological and socio-impact conditions that are vulnerable to damage by cruise ships, or any ships for that matter. In this part of the Mediterranean, there's a high risk for collisions with whales, other crustaceans, and rocky shoals. In addition, this area is known for strong currents that swiftly distribute larvae, making it an important resource for local fisheries. In order to protect the region, cruise ships have been asked to reduce speeds by between 10 and 13 knots. Disney is complying with the voluntary reduction, which has resulted in the need to rearrange and remove ports from Disney Fantasy's European itineraries. Stay in touch with your local travel advisor to keep abreast of these changes. And this isn't completely with that story, folks, but I just thought I'd report back. Over the last 3 weeks or so, not counting the last cruise I was on, but the last 3 weeks or so I've been around the Lynchburg area. I bet I've had a dozen people tell me how much they love Disney cruises. I've never been on one. I mean, I always thought, you'd be overrun by kids, but they say you go on a Disney cruise, you don't ever see the kids. Maybe a dinner at the meals or something, but the rest of the time, the kids are kept busy by staff, and people just love them. So maybe one of these days I'll get on a Disney cruise. How would you like to explore Ponta Delgada, Portugal with me for the first time? I've not been there before, but I'm going in January. So why not join me on a cruise with Chillie, Miami to Southampton transatlantic for 13 nights on the beautiful Norwegian Bliss. Sails January 4th from Miami to Southampton in England on the 17th. That's 13 night, folks. Prices start at $799. That's double occupancy, but you can't beat that. Of course, you got to add the taxes and port charges and anything else you want to it. But starting from $799. That's Cruise with Chillie, Miami to Southampton on January 4th. And that ends the news portion of today's show and the news portion of this week's show. So let's go over and see how the chat room is today. Hot Air Tom says, thank God it's Friday. I agree. Mike's with us. Good morning, Mike. There's Elizabeth Buena Diaz, Chillie and the gang. I turned it on to a frozen screen. Sorry about that. Okay, now I see you. Excuse me. Buenos dias. Katie says, happy Friday, everybody. Emily's with us. Popping in, have family over. They arrived Wednesday. Yeah, I saw some of the pictures last night with you guys out eating ice cream. Gretchen's with us out in Ohio. Emily says she was awakened by a 5-year-old. Yeah, sorry about that. That's just like the cats getting me up. Steve's with us. Hope you're feeling better, Steve. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hi, Sonny. Sonny, you and I got to get on a cruise again. I missed Sonny loving. I don't mean that way, but you know what I'm saying. I was sadly awakened by a 5-year-old, so I won't be mad. Okay, I understand. Low 80s here, but it's humid. It's going to be, today's going to be a mild day. We've had a little bit of rain, not heavy rain. I do have to tell you one thing, though. Tomorrow's going to be 88 and sunny. So, and Sunday, the same thing. So last night, I fed the cats. And I went in the living room where Jean and Jean were to determine what we were going to do for dinner. Now, it was raining a little bit outside and it looked like a storm was going to blow up. You know, it was getting a little breezy and stuff. So we were discussing where we were going for dinner. And a bolt of lightning, I mean, it had to hit right outside the front door. It scared the bejesus out of me. And I jumped 2 feet in the air. You know, I've had trouble with my back since that damn injection. Yeah, the back just went again. So I'm back hurting as bad as I was before. So I had trouble sleeping again last night. I was tired as heck and took all the drugs and stuff I'm supposed to take and went to bed. And then I couldn't sleep. So anyway, they got me up at they got me up about 4:30 this morning. I tried not to feed them till 5, but they were squawking so badly. I went on and broke down and fed them about 20 to 5 today just to get them off my back. Elizabeth says it's the hottest, driest May I've seen down here. We had any rain since I've been. Yeah, we haven't had any rain since I've been home. I got home on the 6th of March. Wow. Katie says, what issue of Martha's Vineyards paper was it on? Yesterday's, on the 23rd. At least that's what it said in the copy of it that was sent to me, the copy of the article. So I just posted the whole article right on the website. So Katie says, yes, I will washy washy a lot. Washy 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 washy. I mean, I hope that, they automatically they do the deep cleaning and the whole shoot and match. I mean, they got the procedures now when norovirus pops up, but and they say that wasn't norovirus, so who knows what the hell this was. So I was really surprised with the test onboard testing, and I got to say that's got to be suspect in my mind. And then the captain announced that it wasn't norovirus. Well, okay, what is it then? Hot Air Tom says avoid the buffet. Uh, yeah, I suppose you're right there, Tom. But there's certain, I mean, I don't eat the buffet at night, but I enjoy the buffet for breakfast. Um, and that's Royal Caribbean. Yeah, Royal Caribbean has a really good breakfast buffet too. Rogers says, Rogers hopped in from Jacksonville there. You should stay in St. Augustine on the 15th, the night before the cruise. Have dinner with us, with Sam, Stosh. Easy drive to Canaveral in the morning. That's for the cruise ship Doctor Cruise. That's a really good possibility, Roger. I kind of like that. So, yeah, I haven't made hotel. That's way too ahead for me. But yeah, put that in your calendar. We can do that. All right. So Emily says popping out. Take Fiona and Ava to water mom's flowers and plants and get breakfast with the family in the house. Yeah, well, but that's good. Emily's got a house full. So let's see. Hopefully this weekend, folks, I don't have any specific plans because I try not to get involved on holiday weekends if I don't have to. But since it's going to be such a nice day tomorrow, maybe I can go out and film something around here just to get a little content for Willpower Chairs. Since I've got a long stretch here till I get on a cruise. My trip to Alaska is the next one I have scheduled. So, matter of fact, I was working on the airfare last night, trying to decide if I'm going to use Princess Air, if I'm going to split it up. Haven't decided yet. I got to do something on that this weekend. And I'm hoping to redo a bunch of things on the cruises as far as the graphics and retaping some of the spots that I'm using in the show to promote the cruises that are coming up ahead. So I'm hoping to get that done this weekend as well. Jarmy Sandra says, hi, how are you doing? Very nice to have you with us. Very interesting about Disney. You don't see the kids, but Disney is still, when they go cheaper. Disney is not cheaper. Disney is pretty expensive. As a general rule. But all right, Emily says bye. Okay, Emily, have a nice holiday if I don't talk to you before then. In the meantime, folks, I'll anything major happens this weekend, I'll try to stay on top of it. I hope to get a bunch of videos posted and try to get caught up on a lot of the stuff I'm behind on. But yes, and maybe I'll get out and get some filming done somewhere around this area. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today and the week. As usual, please smash that thumbs up button. That helps the channel out a lot. Oh, and if you didn't notice it, folks, we went over 6,100 last night, 6,102 as of this morning. So we're having a nice run on new subscribers. If any of the new folks are out there, welcome aboard. I hope you'll join us all the time. We do this Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock. Hopefully this weekend I can get my survey done that I've been promising to see what time, if we change times, would be most suitable for the most people. So anyway, we'll hope to get that done this weekend as well. All right, guys, that's it for now. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great day, everybody. And if I don't talk to you, have a fantastic holiday weekend. I'll be back doing the show on Monday. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.